Hi, I'm Andy Tantoni, and I'm the pastor out at St. Stephen United Methodist Church, as well as out at Piney Grove United Methodist Church in Steens. And today is Maundy Thursday, and I wanted to bring you a very short message tonight, just before we have a little special music for you as well. I wanted to remind you that this is the evening that Jesus gathered with his disciples for his Last Supper, and the only detailed account of Holy Communion is found in 1 Corinthians 11:23 through 26. The Lord Jesus, on the night he was betrayed, took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, "This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, after supper, he took the cup, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this whenever you drink it, in remembrance of me. For whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." Later in John 13:34 through 35, it tells us that just before Jesus left them, he gave them a new command. "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." Loving one another is hard enough, but can you imagine ourselves having to do it most every day? But Jesus added that proviso, that we aren't called to love as we want to love, or to love from a distance, or to love from safety, to love with the idea of the other. No, we are called to love as Jesus loved. And if we thought we could wiggle out from even under that description, Jesus shows us exactly what he means by loving. It is with humble acts of service and hospitality. It is to include, not just say, "Come on in," but to go out and gather them in. Whoever the them is hardest to gather for you. Those are the ones you are called to love as Jesus loved. And remember, as if we could ever forget, these are the parting words of Jesus. He might as well have said, "If you forget everything else, remember this." Or it all comes down to this. All the rules, all the rituals, all the understandings of his teaching and example won't amount to a hill of beans if we don't love one another as he loved us. And then to cement the image of what this love looks like, Jesus left that place and suffered and died a horrible death for love's sake. There is nothing, he proclaimed with his wounds and his blood, that I won't do for love. And so now, it's our turn to love one another just as Christ loved us.
I come to the garden alone, where the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God is closes. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with him, though the night around us be falling, yet he bids me go with a voice of woe. His voice to me is calling. joy we share.